Welcome to today's webinar presented by Supercoder.com. Supercoder.com is an online coding solution offering Part A and B coding reference tools, resources, and not more than 30 specialty coding and compliance newsletters from the Coding Institute in one site. I hope you enjoy this short session.
This is a disclaimer. I will summarize it very quickly for you, everyone. I'm going to give you the very best that I have today, period. Since we are in a compliance area, since we are in an area that is undergoing some structural changes, I would ask you not to believe anything I tell you today unless you verify it with at least two other resources. Two other resources, everyone. And I know for some of you, you've been in this area, healthcare, for a number of years. And you may have had the experience where you called Medicare on Monday morning, asked a question, got an answer. Somebody wasn't sure the answer was correct, so you called on Wednesday afternoon, got a different person, and you got a different answer. So check multiple resources, please. If we go to slide 3, this is a little bit about me. You can read about me. I'll summarize. For those of you that have never attended one of my teleconferences, webinars, on-site presentations, whatever the case may be, the rumor, which is true by the way, that my favorite reading material is the Federal Register is accurate. I spend a lot of time reading and analyzing the Federal Register. I would invite you to do the same. I know it's a little intimidating, but there's a lot of interesting stuff in there, and it also gives you the opportunity to start identifying trends, things that are going to happen, language changes that are precursor to other events coming down the line. All right, enough about me. Let's go to slide 4. What are we doing today? Well, first of all, terminology. Now, whenever you're in healthcare, particularly a compliance area, make sure that the terminology is concrete. In other words, that you understand what words are being used and the context in which they're being used. Now, this is easier said than done, and we all have to do this constantly. We have to back up and recheck to make certain that we're talking about the same thing. Now, this particular 3-day payment window rule, I'll call it, has various names. Many of you will refer to it as the 72-hour rule, the 3-day payment window, the 1-day payment window, the DRG pre-admission window. But basically, most of our focus will be on the 3-day payment window, which is for inpatient prospective payment system hospitals. Now, there's some other hospitals out there, like long-term care hospitals, that have a prospective payment system, but it's a different one. And they have a 1-day payment window. Now, I probably will not comment much more to the 1-day. I'll be talking about the 3-day payment window today. I will probably use just the phrase DRG, and I'm really talking about MS-DRGs, or I may just use DRG in the generic sense, so please take it simply as MS-DRGs if it's in the Medicare domain. Now, diagnostic and non-diagnostic becomes very important. And I will equate non-diagnostic with therapeutic, and I don't think that's unusual at all. Related service, or clinically related, is the key issue. That is probably the key compliance issue that we have with this rule. So circle it. Related service, clinically related service, clinically associated service. That's where you are going to have to make a subjective judgment as to whether certain outpatient therapeutic services are related to the inpatient admission. Now, what's happened here, June 25, 2010 is the key date. What has happened here is that the subjectivity has been moved over to you. You have to decide. And then you will be held accountable for your decision. And it certainly appears that CMS is not really going to tell us what the word or phrase clinically related means. Now, wholly operated, wholly owned. This is an unusual trigger for a rule.
Supercoder is the fastest-growing online reference tool with more than 25,000 subscribers. Call 866-228-9252 to get a free product demo or sign up at supercoder.com for a 7-day free trial.